Hello students, today we are going to discuss English literature for class 7. We have chapter number 8 and the name of the chapter is When We Did the Packing. Some people are fond of packing when they are about to travel. In this chapter, the writer shows his packing skill. There are 4 characters in this story: the narrator, his friends Harris and George, and a pet dog, Montmorency. It is a story about 3 friends who are getting ready to go for a journey. They made a pretty lengthy list of the things to be taken. It was Friday. They've got many clothes, couple of hampers, means a packing case of basket, work for the victuals, means the food items and the cooking utensils. The narrator felt pride on his packing skill and he offered to do the packing. George and Harris were impressed by that. They relaxed by lighting a cigar and pipe respectively that the narrator would do the packing. But the narrator had intended that George and Harris would pack and he would boss over them. But they potter about, means they work in unmethodical way under the narrator's directions, and when they were relaxed, the narrator was irritated, means annoyed. He talks about a man with whom he lived once, not doing anything. He couldn't sit still and see others working. The narrator hated seeing people doing nothing when he was working. He wanted to get up and superintend, means to supervise, but did not said anything, although he had finished packing in a short time. Harris told him that he had forgotten to put the boots in. He repacked it once again. Just then, a horrible, means terrible idea occurred to him that had he packed his toothbrush? Oh, as he had some wild memories with his toothbrush that haunts him whenever he is traveling. He rummaged the things. Rummaged means to make a thorough search, and turned everything out, but he could not find a toothbrush. He found brushes of George and Harris more than 18 times over, but he couldn't find his own. So he put the things back one by one. Then he found a toothbrush inside a boot. He repacked the things once more. The narrator finished packing the bag again. Soon George asked if the soap was in, but the narrator was in anger. He won't open the bag again. However, he found that he had packed his tobacco pouch in it. So he had to reopen the bag. Then George and Harris undertook the rest of the packing. Things became more exciting now. Harris and George were not good packers. The narrator could see piles of plates, cups, kettles, cakes, tomatoes, etc. Soon the packing became exciting. The cups were broken. Harris packed the strawberry jam on top of the tomato and squashed it. George walked over the butter and the narrator sat and saw them packing. This irritated George and Harris. They stepped on the things. Then they didn't find what they wanted to find. They packed the pies at the bottom of the bag. They squashed them after putting heavy things on them. Excitement over packing continues. George and Harris upset everything. George trod on the butter while packing. George got the butter off his slipper. Then they tried to put in the kettle. Oh, it won't go, and what was in would not come out. They at last got it. They put it down on a chair. Harris sat on it. It stuck to him. Then they went looking for it over the room. Now Montmorency adds to the confusion. The dog, Montmorency, had an ambition in life. It was to get in the way and be a nuisance. He felt that this day was not wasted, and of course, his day also would not have been wasted if he had made people mad. He had a high aim. It was to get somebody stumble over him and curse him. So soon Montmorency came. He sat down on things when these were to be packed. He put his leg into the jam. He pretended the lemons were rats and put those into the hamper. Harris said that the narrator only made the dog do all that, but it was natural for a dog to do like that. Finally, the final packing ends at around 12:50 a.m., that is at night. They decided to sleep, and Harris hoped that nothing would be found broken, and finally they were ready to go to sleep. So this was your chapter, students. Hope you've understood it. Thank you, students.